everyone, it's Natalie at the Animal Behaviour Academy, here with your next lot of top tips. And today we're going to look at frustration in dogs. Now this video has been in the works for some time because I wanted to make sure that I'm giving you as much information as I can to help you, as I know this is a big problem for a lot of people, especially when it comes to lead walking your dog and the excitement they get about meeting other dogs and not being able to get to them. So let's get straight in and see how we can help our pets. This video is almost like a part 2 to our lockdown video, because now that we're starting to come out of lockdown a little bit more properly, we're now seeing more dogs out on our walks. And if your dog's been missing out on seeing other dogs, then they might be getting so excited that they then tip over to the edge and look like they're becoming aggressive. They'll start barking, lunging, growling, and these are all things we want to nip in the bud before they get worse and actually lead to proper aggressive behaviour. The way we want to start is by figuring out exactly why your dog is reacting the way they are. Is it frustration, first of all, or are they actually fearful of the other dog? A lot of the training techniques we use will be very similar in how we deal with things. With dogs that are fearful of other dogs, we're using treats as a positive association. With dogs that are frustrated and want to get to the other dogs to play with them, but might not be coming across as socially etiquette in their approach, we want to be doing something similar in that we're giving them treats, but we're doing it for a different reason. We're not giving them a treat to remind them that the dog is a good thing, because they already know that. We're giving them a treat to say, well done for coming back to me. They're going to be on lead. They're going to need really good treats for this, because they're going to want to focus on that dog. That dog is the prize. It's the place they want to be. They want to go play. They want to go say hello. They possibly want to go jump on them and go a little bit crazy. And we want them to be calm before they ever start to approach another dog and investigate them. Because it's not fair on anyone else's dog, or even your own, if a dog that's too bouncy or excited or even coming across as slightly aggressive gets too close to them, because it might end up with a fight that you didn't want to happen. Or you might scare another dog and they might then find they've got issues with other dogs because of that encounter. So let's make things really easy. What we want to do is to keep our dogs away until they are calm. So they learn that when they are calm around other dogs, they get closer. To get to that point, we need to treat them and reward them for coming back to us, for looking at us. So by increasing the treats that they have around the time of the other dog being there, they realise that, oh, when I see another dog, my human's going to give me a treat. I'll go back to them. And treating them not only gets their focus back to them, but it helps to calm them down. And it also means that we can start the process of being able to pass another dog without them needing to approach them. To start this, you're going to need to get the best treats ever. I'm not talking about your standard kibble or regular treats they get often, but the best, whether it's ham or cheese, whether it's hot dogs, whether they really love a really cheap treat. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's something they absolutely adore, keep it for this. What I want you to do is to, as soon as you see the dog, treat your dog. You can call them to you, you can say, what's this? I love what's this, because it's just such an easy cue that makes them go, ooh, and then they'll come to you for a treat. If they don't come to you for a treat, you know that they're too far gone and they've gone over their threshold, but it's okay. If you can move away, then move away. If you have to pass, keep them relatively short, but try not to keep tension on the lead. Pass them and then give them a treat. If they won't take a treat before, they're not going to take it during. And so you'll have to start with giving them a treat after you've passed the other dogs. As time goes on, you might be able to give them a treat as they see the dogs, or as they're slowly approaching the dogs. And if there's a tipping point where they'll stop taking it, just focus on keeping the dogs separate. As time goes on and they realise that they're getting a treat from you, you'll be able to treat them as the dog passes. And that means that they're going to be calmer as the dog passes. And as time goes on and they keep getting these interactions, they'll be calmer and you'll be able to walk closer to the other dogs, providing the owner of the other dog and the other dog is actually happy to be approached. If your dog is calm to investigate and say hello nicely, then there isn't a problem. As soon as they start getting a little bit too worked up, they move away and get a treat. Other things you can do to help with frustration in the short term is if your puppy has any dogs that they absolutely love and they know well already, get some play dates sorted so that they can let go of their frustration of not being able to see all the dogs around them, and they get to have a great one-on-one session with another dog or a group of dogs. Whatever dogs that you know that they get on well with, give them a chance to express and let go of their energy with them without the worry of how they're going to react. Other things you can do are scent games to wear them out mentally, to give them another outlet for their frustration energy, because that energy is building up. You can play interactive games with them, go for a run, whatever they enjoy doing to help them to be in a more relaxed state in general. So when you do go out on walks, you can have a better response from them as time goes on. Another tip is to keep distance. The idea is, with all dog training, is to keep distance under their threshold. So we don't want them to have to go into that reactive state of barking or growling or lunging or getting too excited. We want them to be like, oh, there's another dog, but I'm quite calm. So you'll know where that point is. And if it's possible, try and keep to spaces where there is room to pass other people without getting too close to them. Like fields, for instance, especially in the summer, now that the weather's nicer, there are a lot more fields available to us. Another thing to keep an eye on is how busy the area is. If you're taking your dog into a place that has a lot of dogs, that's obviously going to increase their frustration because they're going to see so many dogs that they want to meet, and that's going to just up and up and up. So try and keep them to quiet places where they might meet 1 or 2 dogs on a walk, and then build it up as they get calmer.
The essence of frustration stems from a lack of patience and overexcitement, so practicing self-control regularly will help teach your dog that delayed rewards are worth the wait. A simple game is to have a treat in your hand, and if they try to take it, close your hand. If they wait, you open it back up. You can increase the time they wait as they pick up on what to do, and can even wait until they sit before they win the treat. For other tips on teaching patience, check out my video on self-control.
The important thing to remember is that your dog is not a horrible dog. They've been through, just like us, a lockdown where we've been missing other people. And the fact that we haven't been able to see as many dogs out and about might make them a little bit more cautious or might make them a little bit more excited. So we want to help them to get back to where they were so they can say hello nicely.